that.
Well, welcome.
Hey, you guys, it is Wednesday, April 30th, 2025, and you are watching, I almost said the conversation, you're watching Hit List. How's everyone doing tonight?
We're doing great. We're blessed. We're alive.
No, that was weak. How is everyone doing tonight?
We are doing great.
We're doing great. Yeah.
Don't complain.
Woo woo.
Okay, so
pull over that ass too fat.
Enough. We are back from our little spring break, our spring hiatus, and we're supposed to have a fuller cast tonight, but we had some things come up last minute. So the people who are here are people who are here, and we might have more joining us later. But how was everybody's spring break? Marcus, how was yours?
Man, it was great. I did some traveling. I played a softball tournament. My best friend's 38th birthday was here, so we had a little brunch for him. So it was a blessed spring break, man.
Is this the brunch you're telling me about?
Yes, so those are my three best friends. I've known them for over 25 years. I mean, they're literally my ride or dies, my secret Pandora's box. I would die for any of them. I mean, they knew me at my worst, at my best. Those are the true definitions of friends, and I'm so blessed to have them. The one right in the middle, Aaron, it was his 38th birthday, so we went to brunch on the beach. We had unlimited mimosas. You know, we just chopped it up, had a great time, and, you know, it's just a blessing to have people that you love, that you can be yourself around, you know?
Who is the one that you're... Never mind.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was about to say the same thing. So
Never mind.
No, say it. This is the hit list. Which one?
The one in the
Tamar
brown.
can ask. Tamar.
The brown and the brown that's the birthday boy.
He cute. He is
Well,
handsome.
And you know what? Let's just say the birthday boy is birthday packing. And that's just what I hear from the Chinese boyfriend. Ching chong chung.
Hey! Here we go. Marcus is back, you guys. Before we go into this, anything you hear on this show are not necessarily my views and opinions. We all have our own views and opinions, so don't try to come suing or canceling me for shit, because I don't have anything for you. Go to Marcus.
Yes. Ching chong.
But anyways, that's awesome that you guys had a good time.
Yeah, we did. It was a blessing.
That is good.
Tamar, what did you do? Hi. How was your break?
My break was good. I've been working a lot, just, getting booked for photo shoots and just working on content. That's
gorgeous.
Me at work. Feeling good about, in my scrubs and my job.
Yes, honey. Take that blood.
Yes. Come on, saving lives.
Honey.
I've been in this moment. I'm in a vibe right now. I'm like pink flamingo, so I dyed my mustache pink.
Oh! Okay. Excuse me.
Okay, now.
I'm getting back into my modeling era and like just creating. And I made this headdress on top of my head, and I cut
It's beautiful.
Yeah, so I'm getting back into like filling my oats. I've been in the gym, so I'm like in creative mind right now, and so I just want to create. So I'm just working on creativity, and just like giving the girls what they need right now. So
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Brandy, how was your break?
It's been good. It's been quiet. Well, the later part of it's been quiet. It's always family things going on back and forth to Michigan. But this last couple of weeks, I've just been kind of chilling to myself. I made an executive decision to stay home and relax.
Okay.
Not jump for nobody. So
good.
Yeah.
Next month is right around tomorrow. Graduation, prom, so many birthdays already. So yeah, next month, this month, May is gonna be hectic, but I'm ready for it. I done relaxed.
That's what's up. You guys, I'm always getting on Brandy's case because she's always on the highway. Brandy stays on go. She loves hitting on the highway and staying gone for 2 weeks. Like that's what she likes to do.
You be coasting. I be watching you too. You be in them streets.
I do.
Yeah.
She said, I know.
I do. Not on purpose. I keep telling myself I'm gonna chill out and stay home. So I did this time.
Life is a highway. You want to ride it all night long.
Okay. And have and will.
Ride it.
Shaq, how are you?
Blessed and highly favored. Oh,
How was well, I kind of saw you over break because we had a pop up. But how was your break?
The usual eventful, dealing with those issues, kind of streamlining them, getting things together. Things are going a little better, so working through my little issues. But beyond that, it's the usual, man. I mean, my kid's sweet 16 birthday is coming up, so
Crazy.
she wanted a Lexus. She ain't getting it. She wanted a dog. She ain't getting that. You know what I mean? So in this challenging economy, preparing for a very expensive event, and just living and parenting, and that's enough.
Yeah.
Parenting seems very stressful, like in this day and age. Like I feel like the kids want so much more now. Like because it's expected because everyone else has it. It's not like when we were kids, you know what I mean? So hats off to you, Shaq, because I couldn't imagine being a parent, especially to a 16-year-old in this climate. God bless you.
I it's my favorite job that I absolutely do not recommend.
That was awesome.
Well, that does sound awesome. Me and Shaq, we had a conversation about that off air last week about some stuff I'm going through as well. So Shaq's been giving me a lot of advice with some stuff I'm dealing with too. So yes, awesome. I'm glad to hear that, Shaq. I kind of stayed in Chicago. You guys know I don't venture too far from home. I was invited to the Chicago Fashion Coalition. They actually invited our cast, but they thought our cast was all in Chicago, and I had to let them know.
I wish.
We're all from all over the country. So Jaden lives here, and so Jaden went with me. So we went.
He's so fine.
They had a fashion show, and we went to that.
Yeah, he's gorgeous.
Ashleigh, how are him and his girlfriend doing?
Marcus, don't start this tonight. You can ask him when he hops on here because he'll be coming on in a few minutes.
I sure will.
But yeah, we went to that. We had fun with that, and then they invited us to.
Oh, hold on! Leave that look right there.
I love this.
Ashleigh, leave that look right there, because you're giving me sexy Cowboy Carter / I want to get fucked top vibes. You're looking good.
Mm-hmm.
You look hot. I love that. But I saw your but not for nothing. Your whole stream this week with your fashion looks. You ate them the fuck up. That leather look. Do you have that one? Do you have that one to pull up? The one that the all black. Oh, bitch! You tore this week up.
Yeah, I had fun this week. Well, there's a lot of fashion events going on in Chicago this week. Me and my friend Charmaine went to Soho House yesterday, and just did a little, Second City vibes all week. So that was cool. But other than that, nothing really eventful happened, and here we are. So you guys you ready to get into the mess?
Let's do it.
And I just can't help but mention that at this age, uneventful weekends are amazing.
Oh, they're the best.
Yes.
Yes. You remember talking when an uneventful weekend meant my life sucked. Now it means my life is.
Now it means it's a blessing that you can rest.
Oh my God.
Most definitely. So, excuse me, let me get my life together. So Trump's first 100 days of greatness, as he puts it. They had the interview last night on ABC that went. It was kind of eventful to watch it. We'll talk about his first 100 days after we watch this clip. Here we go.
which economists say are going to raise prices. You said, quote, hang tough. Yeah. It won't be easy. You said that to the American people. Is that what Americans should expect, some hard times?
I've said that during my campaign. Look, we won a campaign by a lot. We won all 7 swing states. We won the popular vote by a lot. You know, we had a tremendous campaign. I said all of these things during my campaign. I said, you're going to have a transition period. We've been ripped off by every country all over the world. They're laughing at us. They thought we were stupid people, and we were. And I said, that's not going to happen. We're not going to let that happen.
Hard times are ahead?
I don't think so. I think great times are ahead. Look, since I came in, gasoline is down, groceries are down, egg prices are down, many things are down, just about everything. You know, you don't have the drop in fuel and energy and oil like we did. I took it from maybe $3.20, maybe more than that, down into a much lower number. When you have that kind of a drop, you're not going to have inflation.
Not now, but it's the tariffs, right? We still have 145% tariffs on China. Your Treasury Secretary said we basically have an embargo on China.
Look, you're trying to say something's going to happen, Terry.
No, okay, well,
nothing's going to happen.
You know business.
Terry,
I want to ask you.
I do know business.
Yes, so 145% tariffs on China, and that's good. Basically an embargo.
They deserve it.
It'll raise prices on everything from electronics to clothing to building houses.
You don't know that. You don't know whether or not China's going to eat it.
That's mathematics.
China probably will eat those tariffs, but at 145, they basically can't do much business with the United States. And they were making from us $1 trillion a year. They were ripping us off like nobody's ever ripped us off. And by the way, we have other countries that were just as bad. If you look at the European Union, it was terrible what they've done to us. Every country, almost every country in the world was ripping us off. They're not doing that anymore.
So, first off, I want to ask you guys how you think his first 100 days are, and then I'll go last. I don't know who wants to start first.
I'll start. Embarrassing. I mean, it's just embarrassing. And you know what the most embarrassing part is? That his own supporters now are finally realizing the mistake that they made, and it's too late. We're stuck with them. They're stuck with him. And you know what my favorite part of this is? The fact that Amazon is going to be showing the actual tariff amount that is being charged. It's a total slap in the face because it doesn't matter what the press secretary says. It doesn't matter what he says. It doesn't matter what he tweets or what he says on Truth Network. These numbers never lie. When we go on Amazon and we order X amount, right there in the corner, it's going to say tariff X amount. And do you know how essentially great this is going to be for us in the midterm elections? Because I'm thinking long term right now. He's burying himself right now. And that's the only thing that's giving me hope. That's the only thing that's keeping me like afloat is that it's far, but not too far. And everyone's going against him and everyone's speaking up for once. So they might be going bad, but at least everyone's finally speaking up for once. So I think it's going to get better. Hey, beautiful Natasha.
Hey, Natasha. Thank you for jumping on. I appreciate it.
Of course. You're welcome.
So that's what I think. I think it's probably been the worst 100 days of any president that we've all been alive for, and definitely in history.
Well, can I jump in, and then I'm going to jump to everybody else? I want you guys to look at it this way. I think Trump has done a great job. He's done everything. He's done everything he said he was going to do.
Oh,
he has closed the Department of Education. He has shipped our friends and neighbors off to different countries without due process. He has made the LGBT fight even scarier. LGBTQIA fight even scarier. He has set us back civil rights wise, maybe 20 plus years. He's done everything he said. He's literally done it within 100 days. So A+. Shaq, what do you think?
I think if I had 2 words to describe it, I would say whiplash, and then I would say successful. And so before I get into whiplash, I will go into successful, which is that I am inclined to agree with you as well. Actually, if I was to give him a grade, I would give him an A+. This is not taking my personal feelings into effect or what I feel should have been done or how I feel he should behave. It's about what he said he would do. If we are going to talk about successful, in terms of a modern day presidency, Donald Trump has been the most successful president we've had in the modern day presidency. And that's where we pivot to whiplash. When have you ever seen anything like it? I think that his success in maintaining his narrative is beyond anything anybody could have imagined. When you think about what he would do or how bad he would be or any of that, I mean, he surpassed any ideas or thoughts we had about what he would do. The idea that he would actually get to everything he said seemed absurd, because when have we ever seen a president ever do that?
Yeah,
So,
well, that's true.
In terms of all of that, he is, in fact, the most successful modern day president. Now, whether or not you agree with anything he's done, whether or not it makes a lick of sense, whether or not there's been anybody in the room who knew anything about anything he was doing, that is not what we're here. That's not what I'm interested in talking about, because we can't stop anything anyway. But he has done his work. But I do pivot back to the word whiplash, right? Because the effect of it, the back and the forth, never in my life have I followed so many professional summarizers. He's doing so much is happening. I think you can't keep up. You've got to have a collection of people who are focused on one thing and focused on summarizing that one thing, and then you need to read that, then you need to go to the next one, you need to go to the next one. So it is whiplash to see things just crumbling just overnight. It's and I can also say whiplash, right? Because how do you plan for it? What you are seeing now on TV is experts in their fields on TV dumbfounded. They don't even know what to tell you or what direction to go in. Do you prepare for this or not? Will he change his mind or won't he? Will it all end today or start again? It's all just discombobulated, and that goes from his people to our people.
Yeah, and not to interrupt you, Shaq, but the Supreme Court, who is an equal as branch of government, literally has told him, turn those planes around, bring those people back here, and he said, no, I'm not going to do it.
And the Supreme Court is stacked in his favor,
right?
So
exactly.
When we talk about the court, I think that at some point, if they just say no, that's supposed to be the moment where he stops and goes, "These guys are in my favor," and instead he said no. Oh, okay, I'm going to do what I want. Whiplash. So it is just crazy. It is all over the place, and it is very successful in that way. As for how I feel personally, I just want to survive it.
Yeah, most definitely. Natasha, how do you feel Trump's done his first 100 days in office?
He did exactly what he said he was going to do, and then some.
And then some.
And then some. I mean, he's added a whole lot of spice. This is the first time I've seen white people get this spicy. So he's added a whole bunch of paprika, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, seasoned salt, some Old Bay, some cayenne. Listen, he done added all kinds of spice to his presidency, because, I mean, we knew what we were going to get, but he was like, I'm going to give y'all that and some more. And I just saw in the news that this is the lowest rated presidency in the last 80 years at this point of the first 100 days. Yeah, this is the lowest rating any president has ever had. So again, shocker. I love how all the people that voted for him have been so quiet. It's just hilarious how they've been so quiet. So yeah, he's doing exactly what he's supposed to do.
Natasha, you want to know why some of you haven't heard a lot? Because a lot of this, we don't have empathy in this country. America has become. We used to be an empathetic nation, and we're not anymore. We're the kind of nation now. We say, well, if it doesn't affect me and mine, we don't care.
It don't matter.
And it's starting to affect them and theirs.
Yep.
And they didn't think it would.
And that's why they care now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. That's why they want to fake care. Honestly, it's fake care, because they don't really care. It's this is at my front porch now. So now I actually have to be concerned. Like that was on you. You voted for all that you have.
Another distinctive thing about this presidency is how people have been affected at every income level, right? Because at one point the poor people were complaining. I looked up and the billionaires were complaining. I said, well, this man, he might be nonpartisan in that way, right?
Right. Yeah.
Everybody can get it. and they are.
Brandy,
And they should.
Brandy, what do you think about this?
I don't have anything different to say than what y'all have already said.
Yeah.
He said he was gonna do what he did. He stood on business, and there you have it.
You know, I'm getting the way Brandy feels, the way Brandy's demeanor is, how I feel a lot of black women are at this point. They really don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Our fight. I just want to survive it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It is what it is. We can't change it. We don't have no say. We don't have no authority over it.
Mm-hmm.
Roll with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm literally
Per usual.
And do you think, and Brandy, Natasha, and Shaq, let me ask you this. Do you think that the black women are genuinely thinking and feeling this way, especially betrayed and everything, because the way that Kamala was treated?
I don't think we're thinking about that at this point.
I don't think for me personally, I'd have voted a dog in there before Trump.
It would have been Trump and anybody else. And the fact that we were telling you that he is going to do everything that he said he is going to do and then some, and people still voted him in. So it really wouldn't have mattered who it was. It's the fact that he's here and this is what we got to deal with. So it really doesn't, there is no like vengeance for Kamala or you're going to pay for what you did.
Don't have nothing to do with her.
It has
more to do with not wanting him in office.
Exactly.
Right.
I think as succinctly as possible. It has.
You guys let Tamar go, and then we'll circle back. Go ahead, Tamar.
You know, I Jasmine Crockett. I don't know if y'all follow her. Love her. She's from Dallas, Texas. She's from Oak Cliff. She's from the hood. As they say, she's ghetto, but she's very intelligent.
That explains so much.
She's from my neck of the woods. She's from South Dallas, but she's very ghetto, but she's very intelligent. Mm-hmm. She said one thing. She said, the Democrats are going to have to get dirty.
Like Christina Aguilera?
All this, let's be nice and da-da-da-da. You know, this is the reality. He's doing so much, then he's going to get burnt out. You're doing so much at one time and you are not even breathing. And the thing is, it's so true what Shaq said. It's not just people that are low income that's being affected. It's people that are billionaires. So basically, everything that he said, he basically said in this video, I said this stuff. You never said any of this stuff. You said that you was going to make things great. You never said that we was going to have to hurt. You never said any of that stuff. So for me, I feel like I'm grateful because I feel that now this is like COVID. Everybody's going to get affected. And no matter who you are and what you got, you're going to get affected.
Perfect way to say it.
You're going to hurt just like me. So guess what? It's so sad that we needed to go through this because I think the Democratic Party has been like too nice for too long, and they've been playing this whole narrative of if we just say this one thing and we can really get people, and it didn't work.
I need to play dirty.
So they need to reboot. They need a reboot of the Democratic Party, and they need to figure it out because what's happening is this country is getting laughed at. People don't respect us. Our dollar don't mean anything. Like our dollar means nothing. Like terrorists, people that tour this country don't come to this country right now because guess what? Why would I come there when I'm not going to get what I got in the past? So it is. I think it's not bittersweet. I think it is great that this is happening because people need to feel how everybody else is feeling. And not saying I don't have empathy, but sometimes you have to let things play out and let people hurt a little bit so they can understand the hurt that other people are hurting with.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. And I'm going to move on after I say this. But to us, this is kind of a big deal. You know, we haven't seen this kind of stuff in our lifetimes. Kind of like I talk on the phone to like my mom, my aunt, and stuff, and they're like just so unfazed. But older Black people, that we've been through worse than this before. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through it. That's all we know.
My motto has been: we have been through much worse with much less as a people, and we have always gotten through, and we're gonna get through this.
Let me tell you, my husband, he's been like he's seen this happen when back in the 70s when as a drag performer if you didn't have on three males of clothing like you have to have on, you would go to jail. So the stuff that's happening has already the pendulum is swung. It's swinging right now. This stuff has happened already. But I can truly say black people, LGBTQ, women, any colored woman, whatever, has been through this. We've seen this happen. Women didn't have rights. They got rights. Then, all the things that have happened. So I just think that people that know the struggle can get through the struggle. Right. And this is nothing for us because, I mean, as a black person, we've seen things. Our families have seen things. We have overcame. If you from the hood like me living on food stamps, honey, you know the boom bop, the struggle. So I think we're going to be okay. I just feel like we as a culture need to come together and be stronger than what we are.
I agree with that.
All right, let's move on. Oh, goodness Lord. Queen Bee opened her Cowboy Carter Chitlin Circuit tour in LA on Monday to rave reviews. These are just some of the photos that I pulled from online. Blue Ivy has been tearing it up. I'm so proud of her. I knew the costumes were going to be great for this tour. How can you not do country couture great? Mm-hmm. These are what some of the reviews have said. Beyonce launches her Cowboy Carter tour in LA. Reserved herself once again as our greatest living performer. This too felt like the closing of a loop. For more than 2 decades, Beyonce has worked to redefine the boundaries of what a pop star can achieve and how she set bars, then leaped over them. Another critic said Beyonce delivers a rousing kickoff to her Cowboy Carter tour. Another critic says Beyonce delivers powerful statement on country at stunning Cowboy Carter tour opener. Have you guys been seeing the clips online? I've been trying not to watch too much because I'm excited. I want to see it for myself in person. But what have you guys thought from the clips you've seen?
They're all over TikTok. Like every time you scroll on TikTok, Instagram, they're on there. I'm going to say this. I, at first, was like, this country album suck. I don't know why she's doing this. Let me say this. I'm glad she did it. I'm really happy that she did this because people can say she's overrated. That's fine. But I want to say, like, as in the era that we're in right now, it's so good to see a Black woman be able to, like, push the envelope. And whatever you feel about her, you can. But she has like really made a moment. She's made lemonade out of lemons. Yeah. So, I am so grateful that she did this. Now the album is okay. But when you see the visuals and actually look at the concert, I'm like, okay, I need to go actually listen to it. Like me, I'm really big on like, I need to see visuals. And she hasn't really given us visuals in these last 2 albums. Mm-hmm. So for me to see the visuals, it gives me a much open mind to the aspect of what Beyonce was trying to do. And I was watching this one clip of this video and this person was really breaking down like how like with Ape Shit and the flag and Kendrick Lamar and then like all the stuff that these Black artists are trying to do. And this is a year of Black excellence. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that word. Sinners, all these things that are coming out, all these people, all these dark-skinned women that we're seeing be the face of so much. It is such an amazing thing. And I'm glad that she still gave Honey, Balenciaga, all these dancers, all these opportunities that she gave on the Renaissance tour. So I'm really grateful that she did this. And I am actually thinking about going to Houston to see the show because I'm like, she's not coming to Dallas. So I'm like, I need to drive to Houston, Texas. So yeah.
Shaq, what about you?
Obviously, I am a fan. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't go so far as to say I'm part of the Beehive. I've always been a very casual Beyonce fan. Mm-hmm. And I love Bee. And Renaissance was the album that just brought me back. With all that being said, the first thing I have to say is that this idea that Beyonce is overrated irks my soul. I think that if you are not a fan, you're just not a fan. Because let's just be honest, you think of the greatest singer in any genre, and that might not be your genre. So you don't listen to that. But that does not take away from their talent. So this idea that she's overrated is always sits weird with me because I'm just like, just say you're not a fan, but you know who she is and what she's on, and it is deserved that she has earned it. So anyway, with that being said, I think I just love the clips. I love watching the kids come out. I feel like them my little nieces. It's so good to see the baby Rumi, and it's been fun watching the clips. I do not intend on going because my budget is not Beyonce friendly right now. So I am enjoying the clips, and I'm grateful for them because I don't see myself attending this round. I'm good. But I love B. I love what she's doing. I love what she about, and I think if anybody can get some of them,
no, you don't.
Grab them.
And Shaq, we have to admit, a lot of this hate has been politically motivated.
For sure.
Towards Beyonce. It's not just, this is more hate than usual. And we know where it's coming from.
It's annoying. I think, like I said, I can't say it enough. It is okay if you are not a fan of Beyonce. But not being a fan of Beyonce does not take away from the greatness that is Beyonce. It just ain't your greatness.
I was going to say the same thing.
But you guys, may I play devil's advocate here?
Hold on. Not everybody at once. Brandy, then Marcus, then back to Tamar. Go ahead.
What makes an artist great? She's done everything she's supposed to be doing, going above and beyond. So how can she be overrated? She's doing every single thing she's supposed to do. Puts on show, dresses, making money, songs, album after album after album, genre after genre. How's she overrated?
I mean, Lady Gaga does the same thing. I mean, she's doing what an artist is supposed to do. Aren't they supposed to?
Lady Gaga is also white. It's very easy for her to be.
Yeah, but Beyonce had. First of all, Lady Gaga had to work the hard grade just like Beyonce did, working at the clubs, the $40 clubs, working at the carnival and the fairs. So Lady Gaga did not have it easy just because she was white. I saw her at the county fair in 2009 for $40. So trust me, she was fucking working it just as well. Beyonce came from a girl group that was already integrated. All I'm saying is, like, I feel like Beyonce is amazing. I am not taking her talent away. I am not saying that Beyonce is not the queen, that she's not the best, but I'm not saying that there's not another bitch that I saw at karaoke last week that could sing just as good as her. I'm saying that.
Do you think that
what I'm saying is Beyonce can release an album that's called I Eat Shit, and everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, the new single I Eat Shit is amazing. I eat shit. Shit.
Don't be dressed for I Eat Shit.
Yeah, and guess what? She's gonna be dressed for I Eat Shit by an artist that she stole, and it's gonna be
I Eat Shit.
And and guess what? She's gonna be and the I Eat Shit tour is gonna be stolen. All the visuals are gonna be stolen from another artist. The costume that she's wearing is gonna be stolen from another artist. The thing about Beyonce is she steals from artists from other countries that no one knows, and she makes it better. I'm sorry, but let's be real here. Have you not seen all of the visuals from this fucking album and this fucking tour? She literally copied Pink and this other bitch. Like, she just changed.
Ask a serious question. I want you to tell me the truth. Do you think if Lady Gaga released a country album tomorrow, she would have this much hate coming to her?
Absolutely. She released Joanne and it was a flop. She released Joanne, which was her country album, where she had her big ass hat, Million Reasons flopped,
We're not
head over heels.
We're talking about hate.
So
Lady Gaga was hated in the internet. The Little Monsters destroyed her. They said she needed to go back, but you guys don't follow that because you're not Little Monsters. You're the Beehive, so you weren't looking at that.
You're telling me that Fox News would launch a hate campaign against Lady Gaga?
No.
They called her a Satan worshiper when she released Judas. Look it up. Yes. Absolutely. Lady Gaga was like the biggest. They hated her. They called her like Satan's spawn.
I remember when they did not like her. I do recall this.
Yes. When Lady Gaga released her country album, everybody said that she was a flop. That why didn't she stay in pop music? And she didn't get as disrespected as Beyonce.
Do not get hate. What I'm saying is Beyonce gets vitriol.
Beyonce definitely got hate.
It's just next
level. Oh no, absolutely. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I'm not disagreeing.
On black
it's one thing to say you're not supporting her album because you don't like her album. It's another thing to say we're not supporting her album because she's black.
Well, I'm not supporting it because I don't like it.
I'm not saying you. I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, definitely. Beyonce definitely got extra hate because she was black. The way they treated her at the CMAs, the way they treated her at the Grammys when she won the country album, like it's so much hate. And if it was a white artist,
that's why we black people go so hard for her.
I understand that. I'm not denying that. She gets way more hate than if Beyonce and Lady Gaga released the same single on the same day. They would praise Lady Gaga and they would find anything wrong with the Beyonce single. They'd be like, oh, well, the banjo was too loud. Yeah, Beyonce is going to get extra hate because she's black and amazing and beautiful and they want to be like her. But what I'm saying is Beyonce is amazing and great, but like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Beyonce's the best.
I get what you're saying. I just wanted to differentiate. I wanted to different from the hate.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she definitely gets more hate. 100%. Yeah. 100%. 100%. A white artist can release some mediocre shit, and Beyonce can do it like tenfold, and they'll still be like, "Well, Lady Gaga's was still a little better because because that's just how white media's always gonna depict us like that. That's since Whitney Houston. That's since Tina Turner. That's nothing new. You know what I mean? But it's just like. Yeah, you're right. I need to stick with Beyonce. Fuck everybody. I love you, Beyonce.
No. We're not about bullying on this platform. We all agree to this.
Well, I just got bullied.
Well, you deserved it for that food. You didn't do it.
Did you want to say something, or are we?
I mean, I think we done. Beyonce's back out. She's great, wonderful. Let her do this third album after this, and then another tour, and then I need her to sit her ass down. I don't want to see her on my timeline no more after this third album.
We need the third album, and then we need Destiny's Child reunion. And
we need that.
Exactly. If it's not a Destiny's Child reunion, I just want her to go sit down somewhere and be with her family because I love her.
And take care of those damn kids.
She is so great. Because she is so great, she is oversaturated my timeline.
How cute was it bringing her little daughter out, though?
We're not going to talk about
that. That was adorable.
It was cute.
It was adorable. I loved it.
I mean, we're not.
This is the blue.
Because Kanye was right.
I don't want to go there. Okay, so let's go to our next story.
See, and this is why you deserved it, right there, because you can't help yourself.
Who?
What? He said that her music is amazing.
I'm talking about
Marcus. We talking about Marcus.
Marcus.
Yeah.
Okay. He can't get through the conversation before he needs to change the subject.
He takes a left.
So you guys, our next story, I kind of been paying attention to, and I kind of haven't, and I kind of don't understand it. So I called Shaq today. Just ask her if she could present it where it made sense, and then we can all join in together. So, Shaq, if you want to start.
I know you're talking about, what's Shadur? Shadur Sanders. I know that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been so much going on about this kid. I mean.
He's fine as fuck.
Yeah, this is Deion Sanders' child, and I mean, we all know who Deion Sanders is. I mean, even if you don't know about sports, you heard his name. That man is a legend walking. He was so good. He played 2 sports at the same time. He was
baseball and football, honey.
Baseball player at the same damn time,
and did great at both.
And insane, was dominating in both. He just got, I think, like a $50 million or $150 million. I don't know. He just got some absurd, obscene, well-deserved amount of money for what he's doing out there. I mean, Deion Sanders.
He deserves it.
So tell us about what's going on with his son, Shaq.
Right. And so his kid is a football player, right? And so his kid, enters the draft. He's hot. Everybody expected him to be like he's a QB.
Wait, but Shaq, tell us about how Deion coached him in the school and didn't draft anybody else and made him the #1 player, and that's why all the other players hated him.
For his father, all right, there's some nepotism at play. You know what I'm saying? He played for his father. That doesn't take away from the fact that he played. No. Because let me tell you something. I don't care how many kids you got. Your kid gotta have talent for you to put him out there on that field and let him run.
100%.
There was definitely nepotism. There's some nepotism, permeating.
But black people should have it too. White people do it all the time. Shit.
Right. So with that being said, he enters the draft. They're expecting this kid to go first round. He's a QB. He's talented. His dad is behind him. And then what happens is a series of just unfortunate
events.
Very unfortunate. And how it is this kid goes like 5th round in the draft. I think he was chosen like number 150.
Yeah, he was 5th.
Then, as if that isn't embarrassing enough, then like the Falcons, like a defensive coordinator for the Falcons, his kid gets with his homeboy, these little white kids, and then they prank call this kid and make an offer to him, and it's not real because they done grabbed his phone number from somebody's iPad in the Falcons organization.
From his dad's iPad. From his father's
and the internet
iPad.
is pissed.
That just shows how hated he was, though, behind the scenes.
People are pissed. Everybody's just pissed. It's a bunch of foolishness. Now they've been fined. I think the Falcons has to pay $250,000.
$250,000, yeah.
Has to drop
and his dad has to pay $100,000.
Yeah. The defensive
well deserved. That's fucked up what they did.
It's messed
Fuck
up.
those kids.
He's been drafted now. He's going to the Cleveland Browns, which is a punishment maybe in itself. Because I mean, if you follow sports, the Cleveland Browns is interesting. So it's been a shit show, and I think the internet is very divided, right? Because
his brother got drafted to the Tampa Bay.
Well, I think the internet is so divided, Shaq, because
simultaneous issues happening here, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about how this kid got screwed, and then we're talking about how this kid probably got screwed because he's black. Right. So, but if you take out the conversation about race, it's still like, dang, like.
But Shaq, were his numbers, and again, I don't know the numbers. Were his numbers that good for him to be drafted in the number 1 to number 3?
Bad to be drafted at 5?
But were they that good? Because if his father wasn't the coach and his father didn't put him in the position of nepotism, let's say that Deion Sanders wasn't his father. Let's just put that out of the ring. If this was a normal guy from a normal school, do you think he deserved, without all the hoopla, with all the fanfare, do you think he should have been drafted in the top 3? Just numbers alone.
I think it's possible. He's a QB. If anybody's looking for a QB, I think he could have.
I have a question.
He has very reasonable numbers.
Let Brandy ask a question. Go ahead.
I have a question because I don't follow sports at all.
No.
Do you think that he's getting the hate that he's getting because of who he is or because of who his father is?
Both.
Let's
be clear. He does have a reputation. He's flashy.
Well, they said he was an asshole in school, and they retired his number, and that's what really catapulted the hate.
Why he was still playing.
And he was the only player to ever in the history of this school get his number retired. And guess why? His dad was the coach. Is that a coincidence? I think not.
Lean is strong, right? Then, when we start leading into the draft, he didn't come across as humble, right? He came in with the big watches and the money, and I'm who I am. This kid is very confident. He's been raised by his father, and he has talent.
But do you think he deserves this hate?
All these things have created a very confident, not humble, flashy kid. But with that being said, this flashy kid does not have a bad background, right? So he's not known for crime. He's not a sexual assaulter. He's not a partier. He's not a drinker and a smoker. He's a pretty stand-up kid who has a great dad, and he has great talent, and he's flashy, and he's wealthy.
Let me say something about that.
And I think
he can fuck.
Okay.
Let me say something about that. When Brandy's the question Brandy just asked, and then somebody piggybacked with, well, he was very cocky, and so we're talking about he's a grown man, but still a child. Mm-hmm. We all have to think about when we were 17 and 18 or whatever, and we were the best at what we did.
Yeah.
I was a cocky bitch in high school and college, and life had to humble me. Life will find a way to humble you.
Humble children.
But then you have to look at it like this, Ashleigh.
Okay.
With him trying to get in the position he's trying to get into, sometimes you have to act a certain way and play a certain role and present yourself a certain way. Because think about all the kids that made it that wasn't Deion Sanders' son, that didn't have the money, that had to humble themselves and have a good personality on top of being a great athlete and a great student. And you know what I'm saying?
So in my opinion, the issue with that is that we don't always see that one with white kids. Let's be clear. I think it's heightened whenever we see black kids. It kind of reminds you of LeVar and his children, right? When you see these black dads who are loud and saying my kid deserves this and stuff, and then the sports world is the billionaire white boys club, and so
it's a double standard,
and they kicking stuff in and they're asserting themselves. Meanwhile, let's be clear, these parents, in my opinion, are doing what they're supposed to do. 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds are not in mental positions. They are not experienced enough to navigate stuff like this. Need to be there, right? And so what they've always been able to do is bring in these kids who do not have those protections and who are humble and who are begging for work, and they control them. This kid is being steered by a professional, a rich professional who's like, no, you're not going to get played, and they don't like that. And I think that's the part we need to consider when we
Absolutely. You know that they try to take advantage of these black athletes because they come from these homes where, like, unfortunately the parents aren't as educated as the white parents and their counterparts. So they try to say, hey, sign this, do this, and they try to take advantage of it. So the fact that Deion Sanders played and knows everything about the fucking league and about the business, they're butthurt because they're like, wait a minute, I can't take advantage of this. I can't tell him to do this, this, and this. And that's a big part of it too. The white man is mad.
Yeah, let me give you a very simplistic example to get you to understand what I'm saying here. Look at the student loan debt crisis. A big part of why it has been exacerbated is because children go to college, right? And if you do not have people who can help you, who can steer you, who can do what needs to be done for you, you sign. That's why we have a predatory loan crisis in this country. Kids like me went to college and didn't know what they were doing, and now they're 100K in debt. When you don't have educated parents who are capable of navigating things, you end up screwed, right?
Brandy, weren't we just talking about this the other day?
This country. This kid got a dad who's involved, and them black folks is too cocky. These black folks have so much confidence.
Babu,
then the white people are.
You want to come say hi?
If they're online,
come in.
So the white folks are online, right, and they're making a case against this, and they're giving all these reasons why this kid hasn't been chosen. But if you are a person of color in this country, you know what microaggressions look like. You know what it looks like when you're black and confident. And this looks like everything we've ever seen since the beginning of time with black folks. So I think black folks got a right to be upset, no matter how this kid has also, in a way, made itself maybe not the most likable person.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is? The white kids can act like this and they get like a hall pass. That's my husband.
I mean, look at Eli Manning and Peyton and their dad. Their father was there and he steered them through. And I mean,
but they were humble. They were humble about it. But they were humble about it. They didn't come with like a $30,000 fucking bling bling chain with like the ring saying, "Hey, I'm gonna get drafted."
But why can't he come in?
Why can't he come in?
Why can't he?
You know why he can't? Because society is at this point where society is so judgmental that people can't be flashy. I'm just saying why he can't. I'm letting you know. Because society is so judgmental when you're a black athlete that anything you do is already going to be looked at a different standard.
When you're a black athlete, you're going to look at it differently. But when you're a black athlete,
that's why some of their agents tell them you need to act accordingly. Cut the fool once you get signed, once you get your money, XYZ. There's this place and I agree with you, Natasha. There shouldn't be a reason why he shouldn't be able to do that. He should be able to wear what he wants and do what he wants. But unfortunately, we're in a society where a white person can do that and we can't. So if we know that we can't, sometimes we got to take the steps.
I think
go ahead, baby.
Because go ahead.
No, you talk the ladies first.
He's different because he's actually coming from his father, which we have not seen this.
Right, but Natasha, remember, his father, he already had so much hate because of his bling bling style and because of his father. You'd think that a normal person would tone it down a little before the draft.
We thought that a child coming from prime time was going to be this meek and mild and quiet child. In what world?
But Natasha, we're not the ones that are hating. It's not us. It's the whites.
Exactly.
But this is the thing.
And we're not the ones that have to deal with the consequences of it. We don't have to put on the roll and put, you know what I'm saying, give them what they want. Actually, everyday life, but we're not him. So
you know what? All we got to do is pray for him and support whatever team he's on. Because you know what? It's up to us to like make sure that we support it and like freaking make sure that we do whatever we can because we can't let them win.
Something I think we got it here because we're gonna drive this man out. You got something for us?
Just wake me up when you're done.
Because I know, because we've been at it. But if they ain't gonna drop in, then I don't know if you.
We love you, Deion Sanders. We love you, whatever your son's name is. Catch those balls.
We're gonna let Tamar talk.
Yeah, well, I think we
Come
do
on,
need to let
Tamar.
Tamar talk though. If you,
I was like, I ain't getting in this fight. Okay, so I think what it is, I feel like when people that have like greatness behind them, it's a double standard for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Why can't he live his best life the way that he was raised? He didn't have to be raised the way we were raised. He was raised in a household of greatness.
Right.
So of course, when you're raised to a certain way, and it goes back to like, okay, in white households, they're taught so many things. He's probably been taught this because his dad had the resources. So I don't think a person has been given so much of greatness can take that away at a drop of a dime. Mm-hmm. They're just going to continue to be great. And unfortunately, people that don't really agree or approve it they're basically insecure around his greatness, and I don't think he should stop being great because of what.
But do you think that maybe his cockiness gave a little bit to why the people don't like him? Like but you can be.
It may not be cockiness.
I have to disagree, Marcus. I don't know if you guys know, but the news is already out. Now that he is on the Cleveland Browns, as of today, his jersey is already the best-selling one. He's actually not that hated. It seemed like the only people who really hated them were the people who run the NFL.
Ooh, well, and the plot thickens.
We'll see what happens. Let's go to the next subject. All mine clear.
We love you, Deion Sanders.
All right. So I don't know if you guys remember a few months ago, we did a story on Kim Burrell was offered the Aretha Franklin Lifetime Achievement Award by the Stellar Award Committee. They're the committee who gives awards out for excellence in gospel music. And it was said that she had to apologize to receive that award.
Oh, yeah.
So she did the necessary things. Well, Kim Burrell, if you know, Kim Burrell has a track record, and she just can't leave well alone. Kim Burrell, if she would just sing, Kim Burrell would be fine. But she sometimes runs her mouth too much. And recently she was on a podcast with Dr. Jamal Bryant, ex-husband of Giselle Bryant of Housewives of Potomac. And she kind of threw a little shade now that she received the award. She's going back and throwing shade, and I don't like that because you got what you did. Now you're going backwards. So it's a really long clip, so I have to break it up for YouTube so they don't find me. So I'm going to be breaking it up as she talks.
Don Jackson gave me a call and he says, we want to honor you. Here it is, 8 years after the event. And he says, we want to honor you with the Aretha Franklin Icon Award.
Wow.
And I did not want to separate myself from that opportunity whatsoever.
Right.
And the reason that I say it that way is because I had to think before saying, yeah, that I don't mind it, because they were silent so long. You know, they never said anything, you know, except that you were not welcome. I know Don would not want me to necessarily expose that, but
Right.
to his defense in the stance, he asked me to meet with LGBTQ in some way before even receiving the award, because they were supporting in such a way that they felt obligated to say, we're not done hating her, or we're not done disliking, or whatever. And
So do you guys remember, like 10 years ago, there was this big controversy that Kim Burrell got canceled from everything because what she said in her pulpit about LGBTQ. Do you guys remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seemed like I remember her being back and forth. In the
It's
media
always
a few
something.
times.
Okay, so here we go.
and your freedom to do this. We're on board to support what it is you do, but she's not a part of that support yet. And so he had to call me and say that. Dr. Bryant, instead of me starting what I know could have been a war, in my place and mindset of sacrifice that I have become for the sake of the kingdom and for what God has given me to do, for me to move forward, I decided to take that meeting. I said, instead of me saying, okay, hello everybody, it's Kim Burrell. As you know, I've been championed as the Aretha Franklin Icon Award winner by the Stellar Awards. They've told me to come. I've told you to come. And I'm so proud of the moment. But I just got a call that says I've not been invited to come because there are people on the team who have not yet accepted that I'm worthy of this award. And Don has agreed. Instead of me taking that and extending it and saying all of what I could have said, it only would have started a conflict with gospel. We're already suffering.
Right.
The Stellar Awards are not as packed as they used to be.
Shade.
Those that are there, they know that. It's not what it used to be. It doesn't have its same glory.
Right.
So much has changed in the
But you took their award.
industry and music and in the kingdom. So with that, I didn't want to diminish even that. I said I won't uninvite people and give them an option to feel a certain way because of the stance that this man is having to take. It's too big of an entity. So let's have the meeting. Why not? I have nothing to hide. And so in that meeting, there were things that were done and said that I had every right to say, well, hey, take your award and
Right.
put on the pictures of out and go for it.
Right.
But I decided to hear what they had to say. And I felt it was time. Because what's an apology? If it's not needed, there are a lot of times that I heard and saw words that people identified themselves as LGBTQ. And they were saying on there, and I didn't hear it as ridicule. I swear it. I heard it as help. Give me clarity. You hurt me. That was wrong. I don't care what my motive was. It was wrong.
Right.
It was wrong. And so it needed to be fixed. Those people matter that heard it wrongly. And that's what has happened to a lot of what has happened in the kingdom. We have lived by misapplied scripture. and it has given us a place in the world that is not respected. And we have to almost beg people to believe in God again because he has been.
I want to welcome King Jives to our platform. Jives, what's going on?
Hey, King Jives.
I'm going to start with you, Jives, because I know you've watched the clip. What's your take on this?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay, thank you. Hey, everybody. Hope all is well. Thank you so much, Ashleigh, for allowing me to come over. I was just finishing up my show and talking about this. I honestly feel like at this point, I don't know about y'all. Maybe we have the same sentiments. I'm over Kim Burrell. I am over Kim. You don't need to apologize.
Yeah.
You don't need to say nothing. Like, this is 10, 15 years a little too late, because when you did what you did, it was all the Lord told me to do it, and the saints is over there talking about me, and I'm coming in $2,000 shoes and minks, and the saints are coming to church and swap. like, girl, like, really?
Give it a rest.
Like at this point, it's like either you are apologizing because you honestly from your heart mean it, or shut the fuck up. Because
And she don't.
When you really have the love of God on the inside of you, there's something in you that is really like, you ain't got to do too much. Just say, you know what, y'all, I did something. It was harsh. Like, God loves everybody. And who am I to sit out here and to place any type of damnation on anybody? Because if we be real honest, like, bitch, you go to hell too. Like, the Bible says that your righteousness is as filthy rags. So, motherfucker, you can take your ass to hell too. I'm sorry, I'm doing all this cussing. I apologize. Apologize.
No, you're
It's okay. We're rated NC-17. You're good.
So, I have a question for you. Do you think that was strategized? Do you think that was planned, or do you think it was honestly in the moment?
So I was told that in order for her to receive that particular award at the Stellars, she either had to receive that award and to apologize, or she couldn't take it at all. And then that apology was scripted.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
My thing is that when you truly mean something, and I mean, I thought it was such a contradiction, because everybody around her, including her child, is a punk of God. Okay. So I'm like, babe, you got the girls all around you. Like, seriously, you got the grudges all around you. So what are we doing?
I think people are sometimes we're not smart, or we're less than smart. Everyone knows who she hangs around with in the church, who plays for her, who travels with her, who dresses her, like. And then to act like that is just crazy to me. To act like you see that happening, or
it's like, at church when it's the gay, the gay people at church, but no one says that they're gay. Like, the altar boys sucking dick in the side, but no one ever says it. You know what I mean? So it's just that it's the same situation. You feel me? It's like ask but don't tell, church edition. It's just what it is. It's literally what it is.
I was just a little thrown off about this when she did the whole Stella Awards thing, and people aren't coming, it's not full, and it's
shading the own awards you're getting. How the fuck?
Go ahead,
I want to apologize to the LGBTQ. Come on, let's give them a hand. I was like, give the girls a hand.
And even the way she said LGBTQ, it was like it came out of her mouth like she didn't want to say those letters all at once.
Baby.
Knowing that her stylist, his gay ass is the one that put her in that outfit.
Baby.
So, Jives, my question, I think
the award she got tell you all you need to know about her. Like,
so, Jives, my question was to you. I think you misunderstood when I said, do you think that was planned? When she went on Jamal's show to even discuss that, do you think the shade was planned, pre-planned, or do you think that was spur of the moment?
So I've known Kim Burrell for years. I'm a Kojic boy.
Mm-hmm.
Kim Burrell, if you know Kim Burrell outside of this, Kim Burrell shades for fun. Like she been around the punks forever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We believe that.
So,
She seems like it. She gives that energy.
That's what we've been watching her in the news do.
Wait, so since you've known her for so long, were you surprised at like how this reacted and like what happened, or were you just like, this bitch, like of course this is going on? What did you think?
Honestly, this is my honest opinion. I feel like, are you talking about 2017 or this recent stuff?
2017 and then bleeding into the recent stuff. Let's start with that.
So 2017. That was very shocking because you had 2014 Andrew Caldwell and Earl Carter. You have 2017. You got all these preachers dying. You got Eddie Long dying. Then she comes and says this. It's like it was very. It kind of catch you off guard because it's like, let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. It's like. Like, why would you say that? And your assistant pastor is a whole flaglet,
Queen.
like a whole daughter. I'm talking about like this ain't what I heard, baby. These are people that I know, people that I'm saying. Like, if I was one of the loose girls, like they want to fuck, like I'm like, bitch, like no, right. Like baby, your whole staff, if they not brothers, they daughters of God, like. What are we doing?
But they daughters.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got the lesbians, you got the hermit section.
Bulldaggers.
Baby, everybody's up in the church, and then quiet as it's kept. It was said allegedly that Whitney and Kim was munching each other's carpet, but allegedly that's what the streets was saying. Allegedly,
he munched who's first.
But again, it's like there's even documentaries out there of Whitney being,
Yeah.
That
was her mom said. Her mom, remember when her mom got asked by Oprah if Whitney ever came out as gay, would you accept her? And that hoe was like, absolutely not. So you already know that was behind because she already knew she was eating pussy. Allegedly. Rest in peace.
It's like, with all of it, it's like so much. And I don't know how many of everybody of who all is on here is from the church or been to church or whatever. But like, if you ever grew up in church, it's like you especially when you work in church, who what, who doing who's sucking, who's licking. And it's like, I've grown up in church and it's like the secrets that I know. I'm just like, please don't stand up in the pulpit and say nothing about the punks. Please don't.
When you just got fingered in the back.
Well, it sounds to me like she needs to be delivered because from what I hear, her ex-husband.
Yeah. Well, the truth is,
that's why she has so much vitriol.
Because her husband left him for a guy. Allegedly. They can't sue me for shit. What, they going to take my cat?
Listen, listen, y'all. There's no allegedly to that because there are 6 degrees. There's 6 degrees of separation, and I've been in this church my entire life.
Church people.
And this is family secrets.
Honey, the king has spoken.
Her husband was a part of this whole group, and my cousin was in that whole group. So he was fucking him and my cousin. It was all fucking and carrying on. So this ain't.
Were they having church orgies with like other church members?
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
And so when this story comes out, it's just like I'm just like, ooh wee.
Was he in the top or the bottom?
Okay.
I don't know what he was. Right. Brandy, right. I don't know what he was, but see.
But he was sucking and fucking. Gotcha.
See, this was Kim's husband, LaShawn's fake husband,
verse.
So it's like, and I mean that's
LaShawn Pace.
Let me tell y'all, this is why you have a lot of like
breaking news, King Live.
You got all these female gospel artists that really despise homosexual people.
Yeah, because their man is sucking dick after the gospel choir.
Oh, no, it makes sense. I'd be pissed too. Shit.
Like, baby, how you saying all the saints and then you backing over fucking sucking dick, which you can, but don't have a wife outside in the pulpit saying, we love you guys, thank you for coming.
It's kind of been a secret society in the Church of God Christ, in the Black church for years. It's nothing new.
It's like the black version of the Catholic people, except we don't rape kids.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's nothing new.
I don't like to go to church.
Stop it, King.
Big drama. And then when you finally go in there and sit down, and that pastor randomly starts praying against the spirit of homosexuality because you're sitting in the front. These are traumas.
Exactly. But they just ate some pussy before the service.
But check this out. This is the crazy part about it is that you just watch what I tell you. The very people that are so hard on the gays
are the gays that are gay.
They're either secretly in it or they have been involved in it or whatever the case may be. But somewhere along the line, it's like, baby, you done been sniffing around this stuff and you know real personal. I just feel like when it comes down to it with Kim, like, baby, you're like, Kim is almost 60 years old. And baby,
she's that old?
She looks 70.
Oh, Jesus.
I think she looks good.
She's too old to be still on this same story.
Right, like baby, he gonna be gay for life, honey. It's already been 30 years. He ain't changing. Go preach somewhere else.
And hold on, you guys. I get hurt, and I get when you're hurt and you hate something so bad because it hurt you. But you can't get in a pulpit every Sunday and preach to other people if you haven't been delivered. You just
exactly.
You can't.
The hypocrisy.
And then when she said that the Stellar Wars isn't packed, this is why church and the Stellar Wars isn't packed, because people like you,
people like her,
is pushing people away, and a lot of people are becoming more spiritual. A lot of people are seeing the truth. Like you can only deny the truth for so long. You can only put a band-aid over a wound that's not healed until the wound say no more bandage. I need to be
out. Why do you think I didn't go to that's why I didn't go to the Stella Awards that year.
Shut up. No, but you guys, I said it on my Facebook last night. You know, we have to know God for ourselves because we all
He's my father.
We all have an appointment at a cemetery. With the privilege of
she needs to just go ahead. She needs to just go ahead, get her a man or a woman, whichever one she likes,
or a dildo.
Go right off in the sunset and be happy. Maybe an orgasm or two will kind of level her out because she needs something else
vibrator
to focus on other than something. She needs something to level her out.
If she got a double-sided dildo, she could put it in her ass and her pussy.
All right.
What you say?
She don't like it. And we will respect her more.
Let me say this. I'll say this. I feel honestly with Kim, you know, because I've had to fight with Travis Malloy. I had to fight with all these people, and we have conversations. And a lot of people, because I am a vlogger, bless you, because I'm a vlogger, people they don't want to talk to me or whatever. And I'm like, listen, y'all, when I have a friendship with you and I've known you for years, like, why would you be nervous or scared? Well, I don't want to, you vlog. Baby, listen, let me tell you something. I know so much tea. It don't like really, I'll be on this thing for days. But honestly, people have tried to work with Kim, and I mean tried. And Kim Burrell, honestly, has stood in her own way. Kim Burrell could have been so far along, but she stood in her way. She stood behind, oh, this is the gospel. Baby, let me tell you something. God said, I have you not to be ignorant, and I'm trying to put some bread in your pocket. God opened the door for Ellen. God opened the door to be on these movies and stuff. And you're like, well, baby, I'm trying to make sure that I don't have to work no more. So the Lord's opened up a door. I'm going to take this check.
Let me ask you something. King Drives. Is she the first Black gospel artist that had a #1 hit on the Hot 100? Because you remember the song with Burrell went #1.
She's not.
No, Kirk Franklin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Stomp went #1. That was the first #1 in the Hot 200 of Billboard. It was Stomp by Kirk Franklin.
Well, see, Kirk Franklin crossed over many, like in the early 90s. Kirk Franklin crossed over.
But he crossed over at such a right time because music was like R&B had that pop infusion and everybody was mixing like their artists. So like he came in when VH1 was playing it, BET was playing it, MTV was playing that video. So Kirk capitalized at the right time. And Kirk is perfect example. We all know he be eating booty, but he still kept it cute and kept it,
Wow.
I mean, guys, come on, close your fucking mouth. Y'all know Kirk Franklin is fucking gay, allegedly. Come on.
I'm not surprised by that comment.
Come on. Oh, come on. You think Kirk Franklin ain't stopping on some dick? Get over it.
Listen, Kirk Franklin ain't said a whole bunch about anybody for us to even try to spray him like that. So
baby, have you met him?
For no reason.
Baby, have you seen him stomp?
For no reason.
Bitch, have you seen him at the Jamaican concert with his tank top?
You guys, this conversation has gone off the rails.
Stop! My brother say stop! My people say stop!
I would like to thank King for stopping over and to giving us time of day.
Thank you.
We love you, King!
For joining our train wreck.
Thank you.
King Jives. I will give you praise to the end of days for giving me a start.
You know what? I'm going to tell you this. Ashleigh, I appreciate you. I am so proud of you and everything that you're doing and this whole platform because, again, you already know. So we're going to leave it there. Right. But I appreciate you for what you do and just taking a brand and making it your own and having fun with it no matter what. You don't have to build off of tearing somebody down or trying to tear up the platform you just came from. That's not what you're about. No. You are where you are. And I just pray for greater doors for you because, again, we already know what's up. So I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I love you, brother.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Speaking of punks who...
that was a horrible transition.
And that is how you pivot, okay?
Pivot left.
Let's watch this clip and then we'll come back.
I hate Terrence Howard now.
And Marvin Gaye was like, you would have been perfect as Marvin Gaye. And that is a story that needs to be told.
Let you know what happened with that. I was over at Quincy Jones' house. I'm not dropping names. I'm just giving credibility to what I'm about what I'm
never
saying.
Drop names. De Niro told me that.
Yeah, so but I'm asking Quincy, I'm hearing rumors that Marvin was gay. And I'm like, was he gay? And Quincy's like, yes.
Oh.
He went around it with everything, and I was like, no. And I'm like, I could not.
I just feel like there's gay for real, and then there's a point where guys get so much pussy, they're just like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah, well, it would have been that, but they would have wanted to do that, and I wouldn't have been able to do that.
Well, you mean you couldn't kiss a guy on screen in a movie?
No.
Not even,
No, because I don't fake it. I literally, it has to.
I couldn't kiss a man either. That's true. And that
would fuck me. I would cut my lips off.
Yeah. No.
I would.
Okay,
if I kiss some man, I would cut my lips off.
Well, I would not do that, but it does not make me homophobic to not want to kiss a man. Just like lots of gay men are like pussy, yuck. You know, I mean, that's okay. We all have our own. You know, no one wants to tell you how to.
Do what you love to do, but don't do it at me. Don't aim it at me, and I can't play that character.
Right.
Bullshit. You're an actor, okay? That's your job. Is to
closet case.
That's your job. He's such a punk and a sissy of God in disguise as well. This is the second time in the last 2 weeks he's come out with something gay adjacent that he's come out against. Like
he really is Lucius Lyon.
Yeah, I don't know if he's like
I think he
begging for gigs. If something, what'd you say?
I think he has a Napoleon complex. I always attribute it. I call him Micro P, and I always attribute it to that Micro P. I really do. And by Micro P, I mean if you've ever seen him in the Get Rich or Die Trying movie, then you know that he
has a little dick.
That is an understatement. And so I think that
I'll look it up.
Okay, and there you go. And so I say that to say that I think it's a Napoleon complex about him. I think that given how he's sitting, I think he feels the need to have just a little bit more machismo, you know? And I really think it's psychological, this issue he has with the gays, because he is just so hardcore about it all the time, unnecessarily. And it's also so funny because he's slightly effeminate in a way, you know?
He's the only queen.
Or he could have had trauma. We can relate to that.
It's all psychological for him. I think it is. I really do. But you know what? I will give him points for consistency though, because if you actually look up Terrence Howard and look him up historically, he
always hates gay people.
He has always been very strongly against this gay thing, and he's very macho man-ish.
He might be a grower.
No, he's not. He is not. That's not what he is.
I feel like when people have so much hate towards something has happened to them.
There's something
for them to be so
anti.
It's like when that interview when I saw him giving that interview, he looked like he was so uncomfortable with talking about it, but he did it anyways.
But looking like the only queen.
He's been on this rant about gay people, and it's like. You know, my thing is this, like, I'm like with Ashleigh, you're an actor. And, you know, sometimes you're going to be in situations where you have to play a role. Now, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. But the magnitude of your hate towards this one topic is just crazy. Like, you cannot like something and say, you know what, that's not what I do. That's not my thing. But the way that you're saying it, it's something else going on. Like, you may be.
It has to be.
You may allegedly be in that place where you are dealing with some demons and you could be trying to face them, but you can't come out because you're so uncomfortable with what people will say about you. And so there is something going on with him. He is an interesting character. I just feel like whenever I see him speak, he was on this whole like journey of being spiritual because he did like some videos with like these monks and he was talking about
and he just got the fuck off it.
And now you're like giving Trump vibes. That's the vibe you're
yes.
giving. You know, you're giving Trump like you're giving very like hate anything that's not like you.
And so he gives such low-key bottom vibes.
All right. Well, and go ahead, Brandy.
Two things about that clip that sound crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
Terrence Howard saying that he can't fake it. Like you said, he's an actor. You get paid to fake it. You were talking about. Mm-hmm. I don't understand, dude. What's the guy that's interviewing him? What's his name?
Yomar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand him saying there comes a point where you have so much pussy now you want dick or ass or like.
I think he was just trying to like give him like the benefit of the doubt to not make him look like a homophobe. So I think he was trying to give him like an alley-oop to be like, okay, well, this is why maybe. I feel like he was trying to like help.
That is made up.
Cool.
Baby, exactly. And I'm like, okay. One thing he said, you like what you like. That's fine. Like me, I love women, but I personally don't want to have sex with women. That's just not my thing. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I hate women.
Do you love women enough to eat their pussy?
I've been fucking with men all my life.
Going
I had
on
so
tonight?
much
I just
dick
don't. What are we
and
talking?
so much ass. Now I want pussy. Is that how that goes?
Not for me.
Tamar, you
No,
had so much dick. Now you want some pussy?
no, I'm good. I stay where
Well,
I'm with what I like, and I've never been interested in a woman. But I'm not gonna sit here and belittle that person that likes being with women. Like I think if you
I
like
am.
women, I feel that's your thing. But it's not the way that I say it. It's the way he said it that was a problem for me. Like you don't have to like somebody and what they like. But at the same time, the hatred he had, like I said, it's just something behind the hatred that he had. And like he's an actor.
Yeah.
You play so many roles, but this one role makes you want to cut your lips off.
He can't.
Yeah, and he could have just said that I don't want to play the role. The fact that he said I'll cut my lips off, he just took it to a level that didn't need to be taken to.
It's dumb. Now that Darius is on, our brother
Darius
is on. I want to jump to this story really quick because I really wanted Darius on here for it tonight because I think this is going to be a hot topic. Funky Dineva was in the news. Well, he's always in the news, but he made a video a couple of days ago that really got me thinking. And I'm not going to tell you guys already know which way I go with this, but let's watch this clip and then let's talk about it. And please, everybody, let's go one at a time. Marcus, I know you're going to be heated. Darius, you're going to get heated. Tamar, you're going to get heated. And Shaq, you probably even will too. So let's watch it and then one at a time.
LGBTQ plus IA community that got me feeling a little uncomfortable, and it's the annexation of the T and everything else after LGB. I've been seeing a lot of content lately, lesbians, bi, and gay people proclaiming, I'm an old school gay. All I want is marriage equality, be able to adopt kids, equal protection under the government, right to marry, insurance, anti-discrimination, and to be left alone. Don't lump me in with the trans QIA plus when those people over there want gender fluidity, pronoun changing, and all these other radical things. And so for me, I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm an old school gay too. You know what I'm saying? There are moments where I feel like the younger LGBTQ plus community has been doing way too much and has been trying to take society way too fast. But then again, there are people that can say that's ignorant. You know what I'm saying? That progress is a good thing. I don't really know how to feel about all of that. But here is what I do know I feel succinctly. I don't know if I can get down with members of the LGBTQ plus community being so quick to annex the TQIA plus people. I just don't know that I'm behind that. It's giving pick me energy. It's giving, hey, dominant society, I'm the type of gay person that can fit in with y'all and not cause any anxiety or strife. So pick me and I'm going to help y'all turn against the rest. Okay? For the record, and I may catch some flack for this, for the record, out of my mouth, and I stand 10 toes down on this, I do think that there are certain pockets of trans people, certain pockets of gay, lesbian, liberals, progressives, these younger generation. I do think that there are certain pockets of them that are doing way too much. I do. And I'm not going to spend the time right now to define what way too much is. But I will say, y'all kind of fucked it up for all of us when y'all was doubling down and tripling down on this pronoun bullshit. Okay.
I 100% agree. Now let's open the floor up for Darius. Darius, what do you think about this?
I will say I probably very much am a old school Gaye in the sense where for a long period of time I shared a lot of those same views. What I will say in my own personal growth and development and being on a pride board, which is exposing me to more of different types of people, that my personal experience is not the only experience. And because society invalidates my identity and my position on certain levels, because they don't think that I should love who I love, that we have to be careful not to do the same thing within our own population to other people. We all, I think, at our core we all want the same things. We all want to be loved. We want to have basic rights. We want to be protected, regardless of how you identify, how you feel. Recognizing that I may not agree with some segments of the LGBTQIA community, but they are a part of that community, whether you agree with them or not. And it's not fair for us, in my opinion, to erase them or tell them that they can't be who they are, because guess what? Larger society is telling all the rest of us, y'all ain't supposed to be who y'all are.
That part.
Can I intervene and then I go back to you? I believe we all should be able to coexist and love who we want to love and not be judged for that. But there's a way you go about it, I think. And this is just my opinion. I think when you force stuff on people so quick and so hard and pick me and pick us and we our rights and this and we want this and give us this, you get more flies with honey, basically. So I think if we are a little gentle in our, everyone didn't accept me at first. There were years I had, it didn't happen overnight. I think this, and you guys know what I'm trying to say. I don't want to say the wrong thing because I'm already in trouble, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Really quickly,
yes.
When Black folks were fighting for their rights, what would we have gotten what we got if we had just went along that way?
I think that's different.
It is different, but in a sense, it's very much the same. Yeah. You got a group of people that didn't want us to have basic rights because they felt that we were inferior to them based on the color of our skin. It's the same thing in some respects. There's a group of people out here that feel that they are superior to us because in their minds, they love the way that they consider the way they love the natural order, and all the rest of us are abnormalities.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Slippery slope, Ashleigh.
Go ahead.
Hate is a slippery slope. As a matter of fact, let's not even say slippery slope. It's a sliding scale, right? So it is rare that bullies just focus on just this one thing. Usually what happens is that if you can bully this thing, you then go find more things to bully. That is humanity. That is evolution. If I can take this thing, I'm going to take this thing. And so that is what I keep in mind when I start to say what I do and don't agree with. Because just because it hasn't gotten to you doesn't mean it's not coming, right? Yes. Because Trump has not gotten to this doesn't mean it's not coming. What did we say earlier? The poor people getting picked on, the rich people getting picked on, right? A dictatorship is everybody. And so I look at hate like that. Once we begin to say that we disagree with our trans brothers and sisters, once we say that we don't agree with these gays and these gays, but pick me, you are just waiting, all right? What you're trying to do is avoid being next. But if you start here, it's gonna go here. So using that mentality, everybody need to live their life, do them, mind their business, and I mind my business and you mind yours. And so I do not believe in doing that. Let me tell you, in every community, there are people don't agree with. There are rednecks, and then there's them bottom feeding rednecks, and they don't agree with them either. But they all need to coexist, and we need to have that same mentality in our communities.
It would be great if we had that in our communities, but we have a white pride, we have a bear pride, we have a black pride. We can't even have one fucking pride. So how can we expect them to accept us and we don't even accept ourselves within our own community?
I want to live in a world where everybody got their pride.
Exactly. Well, no. Why can't we have one? Go ahead. Me and Gaye talking talked about this before, but go ahead, Darius. Go ahead.
Since you brought up pride,
Mhm.
Pride started out as a movement, a group of trans women. Hold that district up.
No, you do it.
Tired of being treated. That is what it was about. The movement. It was about advancing the rights of LGBTQ people. It is not what it is today. Pride today is a party. It's a celebration. Rarely do you attend a pride event today when they are talking about the roots of a pride and how it was not about partying and getting drunk and fucking who you want to fuck. It was about education. It was about empowerment.
And I bring the pride thing up, Darius, because it's easy for me to use that as an example. But what I'm trying to say is we don't accept, even in our community, we don't accept each other. You know, we have so much infighting, and the black gays don't hang out. We can't go to this club. You can't go to this club. This is the white club. We can't accept ourselves.
I have an issue with this idea that we need to gently get people to accept us. Yeah. I do not have to be meek and mild when you are stepping on my civil rights.
Exactly.
We have got to stop telling people of any race, sex, sexuality, whatever. We need to stop telling marginalized people to be gentle, because why do I have to be gentle while you are brutally stepping on me and my right to exist? That's crazy. So this idea that if we ease on in, that isn't true, because what has happened is for all the things that we've gotten, we are still so far behind. And then and right now we are currently under the threat of losing half of what we've gotten. So do we really have it? So this idea that we have to be nice and meek and gentle and just ease it, don't be too much, that doesn't work, because whether you are too much or too little, we are all still marginalized.
Shaq, you see it didn't work with our own party. The Democrats want gay, they want LGBT rights, they want Asian rights, they want this rights, and we need to focus on something, one of something, because we're trying to represent so many things. Our message is getting lost, as we see it has.
Well, you know, even when you streamline the message, no matter what the message is, we're still going to have a problem in the LGBTQIA whatever community, right? And I think that this, I don't know. I am no longer interested in telling people to be meek or to be mild or to get along or to anything, because what we're finding is that no matter how you are, you still end up in the same damn boat.
Exactly right.
The same rights.
That's why HBCU.
What's the point of ostracizing them? What's the point of saying that we don't agree, but then we want to push them away? We still don't have what we want.
That's how HBCUs got started. That's how black fraternities and sororities got started, because they didn't want us there. And when you talk about the LGBTQ community, understand there's a lot of racism even within the LGBT.
Oh yes,
because guess what? Actually, white gays
don't like us.
Have their whiteness to fall back on.
They don't. Yeah, especially here in Dallas.
Fall back on. We don't get that.
Wait, say that again, Darius. I'm sorry, I was looking at the comments. Say that again. White gays can always fall back on their white privilege.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, we don't have that same privilege.
Yeah.
Like I go in a lot of spaces in Dallas where I'm like, it's not a lot of black people in my spaces, the places that I hang around. And so like for me, I am kind of by myself in some spaces because like things I have to do. And I can truly say that here in Dallas, I remember when Pride was together for everybody. I remember I'm 38. I remember back when I was like 17 going to the clubs and stuff. And they had all the clubs together. And then what happened in Dallas, black people couldn't stop fighting in the white spaces. And so guess what happened? They pushed us out. So then we got Juneteenth. We got all these other things. I mean, you know, for me with all the alphabets and the letters, there's something new daily that I'm learning with being a gay person in gay society.
And that's cool. And I'm glad you can say that. You're still learning. You're constantly
learning because every day there's something different. And I'm like, okay. And I do agree. I'm like, I remember back in the day where, you know, it was just like you was just either a lesbian, you was gay, or you was top, bottom, whatever the case. Now there are so many other alphabets, and I'm willing to learn. I'm open to learn, but also teach me. Like I think like I just think
don't ran with it for sure.
Yeah, I don't think for me, I'm not closed out to what people like to do or call themselves. Because I remember when I was coming up, it was a struggle for me being gay, period. So if you want to be a bird, a gay bird, you can be a gay bird.
Fly, baby, fly.
Show me what you
fly over here. Go
teach
fly.
me what it is.
You guys, we have to wrap up. We've gone over our time. And we have a meeting tonight too. So we're not gonna get to Fashion Files tonight. We're not gonna get to come sit on my couch. I really wanted to. But we have Met Gala coming up next week, so it'll be fashion all week next week. So we love you. Please like and share. I want to thank Darius for coming on, our brother Darius for coming on tonight. What is that noise?
Marcus.
I want to thank Darius for coming on tonight. I want to thank King Jai for coming on tonight.
Where his car?
I cannot wear him.
I want to thank Darius for coming on. I want to thank King Jai for coming on. Please like and share. Please join us next week for our Met Gala. We will have our celebrity guest judge on as well. We'll be announcing that later this week. Yeah. So everyone, like and share. We love you. See you next week. Love you. Peace.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.